Every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they are all dead. It's happening now. It's happening again. This is the wicked plus the divine.
And now, a conversation piece. This is the rundown.
I did read The Wicked plus the Divine. This is one of my favorite Image books. It's totally unexpected. I just read it as a blind purchase. I had read some interesting things about it, but it's one of those things where you're not sure, or at least I'm not sure if I want to check it out or not. And I happened to be walking across, this was a few months ago, across Walmart, and for some reason they were selling comic books. I'm like, holy hell. So I saw they were selling some trades, and I got the first trade paperback, and in my opinion, it is fantastic, and I love it, and everybody should check it out. But unfortunately, it's not as simple as that. Yeah, so the story is written by Kieron Gillen and drawn by Jamie McKelvey. Jesus, man, this duo is amazing. I love them from Young Avengers and so many other great books. But that was part of the reason why I picked it up, because I liked the creative team. I already knew that they were awesome. I just didn't get on the bandwagon soon enough. I know a lot of people are huge fans of this series, and I am too now because I've read the first 2 trades, but I'm talking about the first one. And it's just fantastic. I am a huge fan of mythology, and long story short, before I got into the whole communication stuff with radio and television and whatnot, I was going to be a history professor. I like history. I love it. It's a passion of mine, but I don't know if I wanted to teach anybody. I just want to learn about it and learn it, love it, and yada yada. So yeah, this plays a lot with mythology, and right out of the gate. And first things first, you don't necessarily need to brush up on your history, but it's recommended that you do. There's a lot of pop culture references here, or at least in the style of, and there are tons of gods. If you hear gods, you suddenly think like Greco-Roman or whatever, because there's a pantheon, there's 12 gods, and I'm thinking, well, it's got to be like Jupiter or Minerva or whatever. No, this goes a little bit deeper. Stuff from Greco-Roman times, the Egyptian gods, like Sumerians, Japanese mythology. It doesn't matter. Basically, every 90 years, gods are coming back to life, and they live for 2 years with reincarnated in teenagers or old people or whatever, and they exhibit some fantastic powers, and they will influence the earth every 90 years. The catch being, after 2 years, they die off, and the process repeats itself. Now we're on the verge of it happening again, or actually it does happen again, and we get introduced to characters like Lucy, which right off the gate, if you know what I'm talking about, you know who it is. But regardless, the series is just freaking fantastic. The art is beautiful. McKelvey really, it's just, my gosh, look at this. I'm just gonna show the cover, the cover gallery, I guess, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. You should read it. It's awesome. It's just fantastic. And obviously these are more variants and such, but still, you get a feel for what's happening. And the fact that, without saying much, there has been a murder, and you're trying to solve, apparently a god did it, and you're trying to solve this case, and lots of interesting plot twists keep coming up. You're meeting so many cool characters, and it's so Euro sounding feeling. And of course, it's very London-esque, and you know that with the fashion, with the statements, with the dialogue, thanks to the author. But it has this very like Eurovision feel to it that I think goes really well with the concept of gods, and they would be glamorized and followed as pop idols, and I think that would happen in real life right now. If suddenly they came down, or whatever, a deity came down, I think they would be revered, because they are like the ultimate pop star or the ultimate idol throughout history. And I don't mean to offend anybody with this video. I'm pretty religious myself, so I really don't mind. But I thought, it was pretty great. And the whole concept is just fascinating to me, of having these tropes, these mythological characters, these gods, deities, whatever you want to call them, in modern times. Of course, in 2014, but we're in 2015, but whatever. And I think it's fascinating. I think everybody should give it a read if you can. If not, then you're missing out, because it's seriously one of the best comic books I've read in the past year, in my opinion. And honestly, by the way, it's not for kids. I do not recommend it for toddlers or for kids or for any of that. In my opinion, it's rated M for mature, because there's language, blood, sexual themes, and like nasty, awesome things. So if no minors allowed, but it's great for adults. That's one of the perks, right? By the way, have I mentioned how fantastic McKelvey is drawing these characters? Especially Laura is my favorite. The way he draws Laura, I just think is fantastic. And I'm trying to look for a panel here that I want to show you guys, but I can't find it right now. But yeah, the way Laura is drawn, I really like it. She's my favorite character of the book, as well as Amaterasu. I think she's fantastic, and Lusky as well. And there's so many characters. The whole idea of this time period for the gods. Now I'm wondering, what do they do after the 2 years, and what's their process like? Do they go dormant until 90 years later they get resurrected or reincarnated? But then you should definitely check it out. Wicked plus the Divine. I thought it was great. And basically the concept that I think we want to get behind is the idea of living out your potential. You're young, you want to experience life, you want to see what's out there before time's up. And I think that's part of the reason this book is so successful. I know that the author wrote this because of his father going through cancer and all that stuff, and just realizing that, hey, you've got such a limited life or such a limited time here on Earth. Let's not waste it doing stupid things. Let's get everything done. Let's do good things. Let's do good in the world. Let's just have a great time. I think that's a great positive message. Do good unto others as they would do unto you, or something of that accord. Thank you once again for liking, subscribing, and just enjoying these videos. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. You can follow me on your favorite social media platform: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Vine, Snapchat, and even Periscope. Just search for A Week in Geekdom and I'm there for you guys. So I will keep on reading some more comic books, and I will see all of you at a later times.
Thank you for tuning in to another installment. You can keep the conversation going through your favorite social media platform. You can like and subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, like our fan page on Facebook, and favorite our pics on Instagram. You can also write to us for feedback, suggestions, and such via aweekingeekdom@gmail.com. Until next time.
One of the motifs in the book is the whole 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a musical tempo, I guess. So that's pretty cool the way it's displayed on the panels.